Ja?
So, Jagros fish today?
Sorry. Try to find the
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كمثل الذين من قبلهم قريبا ذاقوا وبال أمرهم ولهم عذاب أليم. كمثل الشيطان إذ قال للإنسان اكفر فلما كفر قال إني بريء منك إني أخاف الله أخاف الله رب العالمين. فكان عاقبتهما أنهما في النار خالدين فيها وذلك جزاء الظالمين. صدق الله العظيم. ربنا لا تجعلنا فتنة للقوم الظالمين ونجنا برحمتك من القوم الكافرين.
And from my side, a very, very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for coming, Your Excellency, Professor Barbary, Your Excellency, Mr. Sadat, Mr. Hannemann from the German Embassy, Mr. Rezai from the Afghan Geological Survey, both Chancellors, Esatullah Ahmed from Kabul Polytechnic University, Professor Habibullah from Kabul University, respected professors from both universities, dear colleagues from the Ministry of Mines, dear colleagues from the Ministry of Higher Education, dear AMIA colleagues, dear especially colleagues from the Technical University of Freiberg, Ms. Bahar and Mr. Zayed, and last but not least, of course, the 14 students that are back from Freiberg after a 2-month practical training. And our 14 students, that's actually the reason why we are here. And actually we are kind of giving them the chance that they meet representatives from the Afghan Geological Survey, from the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, from the Afghan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and to do networking because they obtained a lot of practical training, and now it's time for them, because they're all about to graduate soon, also to work like in the mining sector, which is so important for Afghanistan. I thank you very much for coming. I don't want to take more time from you. I actually would like to pass over the words to Mr. Fischer, the head of the AMIA project, and he would like to give you a short introduction to the project and just tell you what it is all about. Thank you very much for it.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carolina. I will use our stand here. On behalf of AMIA project and on behalf of GIZ, of course, also, I welcome everyone. I welcome Your Excellency, Mr. Barbary, from the Ministry of Higher Education. Your Excellency, well, Dr. Sabat unfortunately could not come today, but we have Mr. Sabat? Sadat, I'm sorry, Sadat. Mr. Hannemann from the embassy, of course, thank you for coming. Dr. Elham, Mr. Karim, also from Student Affairs of the Ministry of Education. Mr. Hashemi, unfortunately, could not join us today, but we have also a representative from the Afghan Geological Survey. Welcome very much, Mr. Zaid, the head of AGS. Of course, also from the Afghan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we are very pleased to have Representative Mr. Qureshi here today. Dear Chancellors from Kabul Polytechnic University and Kabul University. Dr. Kohastani, also from the DAAD. Thank you for hosting us today at the DAAD guest house. Dear professors, of course, and chef colleagues from AMIA project. And last but not least, of course, dear students. I am very honored by your participation today in this ceremony. We have very highly qualified bachelor students selected to participate in the study program. The students are coming from Kabul Polytechnic University and Kabul University, from the faculties of Geology and Mining and the Faculty of Geoscience. It proves very much that this project has a very high relevance. The investment that we are doing, I would say the investment of the German Federal Foreign Office is, I think, very well placed. It is invested in the most precious resource, I think, that Afghanistan has. It is not the mineral resources, but it is the human capital. It is estimated that Afghanistan has natural resources worth probably about $2.5 billion. However, without qualified experts who are able to explore and exploit, but most of all, are also able to manage these resources in a sustainable and environmentally sound and also economically viable way, these revenues generated by the mining sector will not become available to foster Afghanistan's development, which is currently ranked, if you look at the Human Development Index, at rank 169 out of 187. So you see the investment is quite necessary. As part of the Afghan-German cooperation, AMIA is being implemented by GIZ and the DAAD through the Ministry of Higher Education and in very close collaboration also with the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum. The program is assisting universities in modernizing existing study programs, emphasizing practical training and academic exchange on a national and international scale, with the goal to make Afghanistan less dependent on foreign expertise. I'm particularly glad that the German embassy supports the international approach of our program, which allows students to gain first-hand practical experience on the foundation of carefully selected technical subjects relevant to the mining sector in Afghanistan. Students are trained by the Technical University in Freiberg, in Germany, on mining economics, for example, on mining law, administration, on safety aspects, on international marketing, on computer-aided design of mining planning, on large-scale open-pit mining, for example, small-scale mining, very, very relevant also, of course, for Afghanistan, on remote sensing and geological mapping, just to mention a few of these subjects. Field visits also supported the practical experience. Certain mines, I visited coal mines, uranium mines, lignite deposit mines, as well as processing factories, which all enhance the skill development, I believe, of the students. And I think we will hear later on from one of the students who will discuss a bit more about this program. With these experiences and advanced knowledge, I am certain that the private sector and the mining administration will welcome the soon-to-be graduates with open arms. Currently, there are also 50 professors and lecturers of Afghan universities from 4 provinces, as well as staff of the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, pursuing a 2-year master's program at the Technical University in Freiburg in geosciences, before they will resume their previous posts. With these measures, combined with a close collaboration with individual professors at our partner universities, specifically Professor Bax, for example, measures that assist in upgrading curriculums, in establishing lab equipment to allow for very practical-oriented training, further training measures on teaching methodology, on technical subjects, on teaching and learning material development, on research activities, etc. We hope, as AMEA, to achieve a gradual change in the quality of teaching that is adapted to the needs of Afghanistan. I would like to finish again thanking the German Embassy and the Federal Foreign Office for their continued support to the higher education sector in general and the mining sector in particular, as well as the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Mines for their unconditional support to the implementation of the project, without which we could not achieve anything. Dear students, best of luck in the pursuit of your professional career. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Arne, very much for the nice opening words. I'd like to give over the word to Mr. Hanman, who will give us.
Good afternoon. Thank you so very much for inviting me here today, because this is not only for you, the scholars, and for you, the people who give guidance and support to this important mission, but also for us at the German Embassy, an important day. We're very proud to support this project, and I would like to start my few remarks by welcoming the people here without whose support, without whose dedication to this cause we could not support this and we could not achieve what has been achieved. First of all, Your Excellency, Professor Babri, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Sadat, thank you for being here representing the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum. It gives us great pleasure to have these strong ministries standing there behind us. The Chancellor of Kabul University, Professor Habibullah, the Chancellor of the Kabul Polytechnic University, Professor Dr. Esratullah Ahmad, and respected professors, teachers, instructors. You give the guidance to this project. You light the fire in the spirit of these young students to take the desire for knowledge forward so they can form their skills and they can understand where this is going. This is crucial. Thank you so much for this guidance and support. I would like to thank people who support this from an outside but nevertheless very vital perspective. The respected representative, the head of the Afghan Geological Survey, Mr. Rezai, thank you so much for being here and for giving your expertise and your guidance to this project. We have the representative of the Afghan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Ahmed Haris Qureshi, here today. Thank you so much for being here, because your guidance, your desire for graduates from Kabul universities who have that sort of skills that business needs in Afghanistan, that the Geological Survey needs to survey the riches, the mineral riches of these countries to the highest international standards. These two vital drivers would not be there without your support, and we're very happy to have you here on board. So welcome and thank you for being here. And then from the German Embassy perspective, the German Federal Foreign Office, I'd very much like to thank all these people, all those people involved in implementing this great project. I would like to very much thank the Deputy Director of the DAAD Information Center here in Kabul. Professor Koestani, thank you for your work. I would like to thank the representatives of the Technical University in Freiburg, who actually tie together this important work that's done here with the long-standing tradition of mining excellence in Germany. I grew up near the Harz Mountains, so not Freiberg, but it's another ancient mining part in Germany. So I'm very happy that I can see this bridge being made. Thank you for your work and welcome here today. And then I would thank the academic mining in Afghanistan team. Your work every single day is what brings this together and drives this forward. Katharina Fleckenstein, Armin Fischer, and Kai Steger, thank you so much for your work in driving this project. But most of all, I would like to welcome the scholars, the students. Without you, there would be very little point in people from the embassy and the ministries meeting here today. You had just, I hope, a great and educational experience in Germany. And you've now come back to take this practical experience into your studies and forward into your careers. You are, as Armin Fischer rightly said, you're the most valuable resource of this country to help to access what is perhaps the second most valuable resource, the mineral riches of the country. So it's upon you, and I call upon you, to put your skills into the service of your country. Scholarships, experience, education experience is wonderful. I myself was a young DAAD scholar. I was in India, where I made many Afghan friends who also studied on various scholarships in India. And they invited me back. So the first time I came to Afghanistan many years ago was invited by my Afghan friends whom I met through a scholarship. And I actually spent my very first night on Afghan soil in this very house. Only because my Afghan friend wasn't back in the country. He was sitting exams. He was a very dedicated student. So as soon as he came back, he said, no, you have to stay with me. So I left, after one night, I left this wonderful house and spent a great time with my Afghan friends traveling this country, getting to know it. Now I'm back working with the German embassy, trying to contribute my bit to the cooperation of our countries, trying to foster things that will carry us forward into the future. And this is why education projects, especially education projects, which have a view to the future of this country, is something that's very dear to me personally, but also to the German embassy here in Kabul and the German Federal Foreign Office at large. As I said, we could not do this without our partners, without the support and the expert guidance of our Afghan friends and partners, for which we're deeply grateful. We're very proud that we can contribute our bit to this very innovative cooperation. I would like to again thank the Technical University at the Berg Academy in Freiberg for their ideas and their innovative ways of bringing together all, if you would like, 3 tiers of academic education. You have the teachers, the professors, going out for some training. You have a master's degree program. And you have even the young, the vital bachelor students taking that experience back into their careers. This is something we're very happy and very proud to support. We're very much looking forward to seeing you take it forward. It's now in your hands. My grandmother always told me, always try to go for knowledge, go for education. No matter what happens to you in your life, no matter where you end up, it's something no one can ever take away from you. And with your education, you will always be able to do something good, not only for yourself, but also for others around you. So thank you for embarking on this educational experience, for taking up with full interest and full spirit what was offered to you in Freiberg. And I wish you the very, very best as you take this forward into, be it academia, be it business, or be it the expert surveys that this country will need in the future. Thank you so much, and all the very best for your future.
Mr. Hannemann, thank you very, very much for this wonderful speech. And now I would like to pass on the word to His Excellency Professor Bauer. Thank you.
Very distinguished colleagues and friends, His Excellency Deputy Minister of Mining, His Excellency Mr. Christian Hanman, representative of the German Embassy, distinguished colleagues from AGS, from Chambers of Commerce, honorable professors and chancellors from Kabul University, KPU, and dear students, good evening, and let me express my cordial happiness on occasion of your returning back. I would like to sincerely join the very important highlights done by my predecessors, Mr. Hanman. In fact, let me start from education. The Ministry of Higher Education in Afghanistan is doing its best to fulfill the crucial need of Afghanistan. There are some good achievements in this regard, but looking forward, it seems for us that there is a very long way to catch our goals. Fulfill the need of Afghanistan based on those bad impacts from the war, long-lasting war in Afghanistan. Based on those new challenges emerging for Afghanistan society, based on those good opportunities like natural resources available for Afghanistan. All those make our work more challenging, and we do our best to rationalize our status in this regard. Nowadays, we are working hard to revise our first National Higher Education Strategic Plan. Our estimations and our study shows that, as I mentioned it before, there will be many achievements based on that plan. But rationalization is very important. Inventory our resources, inventory our abilities, very important. We believe that most many important and vital goals, they are unfortunately left, and we have to target them very well. And let me say that based on those, our priorities, since probably 2 years, we are working with our friends from Germany, especially GIZ and DAAD, by support of the German federal government, to see what we can do in terms of the mining. I would like to very sincerely thank those colleagues who were very kind and hardworking, and those all organization and friends, they are represented by 2 of our very good colleagues like Mrs. Fleckenstein and Mr. Fischer. The outcome of that one was that we built up a framework. That was not simple framework as a memorandum of understanding. I believe that the preference of this framework is that we build a very good framework for multi-stakeholder cooperation. As my friends, they named, you see different organizations, AGS, Ministry of Mining, Chamber of Commerce, universities, all they are on board. And this is another very good exercise for us. It has crucial importance for the Ministry of Higher Education, because we are trying to rebuild those all broken change, normal change between different sectors of the society of Afghanistan. And unfortunately, due to this collapse, we have to rebuild it back. We believe in such kind of cooperation, and having such kind of projects definitely will synergize our effort in this sector. I am sure that you are being there 2 months, considering this 2 months period as a strong bridging course, supported you very well, and probably many ways. I am very keen to hear from your representative how much it was important. My understanding is that it was a good opportunity for you to realize what's going on in another country, developed country. Then you can very easily understand where are the weakness in your curriculum and your programs. and definitely you can learn a lot to boost your knowledge, your abilities for future. Very sadly and very unfortunately, two of those students, unfortunately, they are not back. But we are doing our best to have them back, inshallah. I am hopeful. It's unfortunately bad incidents. It's really affected all us. I remember when my dear friend, they came to me, how they were sad. And I hope that have them back, it will not have any negative impact on our those very strong commitment and desire behind this project. I would like to, at the end, again, thank you very much, distinguished colleagues from DAD, GH, Dr. said thank you, Dr. Fleckenstein, Mr. Fisher, and let me again thank you. I have to probably very shortly mention about those very vital and sensitive cooperation from DAD, especially DAD and then GIZ to higher education during the last decade. We have many good ambassadors and representatives and fruits of those very valuable cooperation. One of them is there, Dr. Koistani, who made his master's degree and PhD, and he is now one of our outstanding young professors in Kabul. And fortunately, there are many. And we value this cooperation and support very highly. I would like to very sincerely thank you. And let's hope for more blooming of the young generation of Afghans. And let's hope that you will be the good fruit of this committed cooperation between German people in government and Afghan people in government. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for wonderful words to the students. And yeah, Mr. Deputy Minister Sadat, pass it on to you.
His Excellency Acting Minister Bacelors, Acting Minister of Higher Education, Mr. Hanneman from German Embassy, Dr. Katrina, sorry I couldn't pronounce your surname, so I called you your first name, Mr. Fisher, Mr. Razai, representative from Chambers of Commerce, honorable professors and chancellors, dear students, good evening, good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here, and allow me to thank you first for the academic mining education in Afghanistan effort and the provision of training for the Afghan students that they have been taken to Germany, and they have been provided with the training, and they are back now here to serve the country in the future. For some of them that they are graduated, they are already ready to serve the country. And I thank you, the German government in general, for their continuous support for the reconstruction of Afghanistan. Not only recently, but historically, the German government has been really supportive in many ways, in particular in the education sector of the country, and the history goes long back. Allow me to start on a different note. In the past, before this recent political change, and as a result of that, the changing role of the state, the role of the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum has changed as well. In the past, the state or government, in fact, owned the mines and minerals, and they exploited and explored the mines and minerals in general. And the curriculums of universities. I was a student of Polytechnic University, this is called now, and also the engineering was mostly focused on the exploration and exploitation. And so with this change of the state and the change in the nature of work of the state, as a result of this, the role of ministry has changed as well. So now we have adopted the private sector-led development model. The private sector would be investing in the mining industry, and the government in general would be regulating the whole activities of the mining industry or the private actors. Unfortunately, the current curriculum doesn't reflect this current need. So we are severely lacking skills and labor in the market to correspond to the current need of managing the mining industry in Afghanistan. We have been in discussion with different donor organizations that they could potentially support us in this process, that I would go through this. And so the skills that we would be needing as a result of this is mostly to do with the economics of the mining industry and the marketing, the legal issues, so we need to have the skills to develop the regulatory framework to be able to manage the industry effectively, and the environmental issues need to be studied, and we need to have the skills on this, the contract management, inspection, the social issues, and the good governance. These are all new skills that are required for the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum to manage the industry effectively. As I mentioned, unfortunately, the current curriculums of universities do not respond to the current need. So we need to really build these skills and capacity to be able to manage the industry well. So far, we have done some work in relation to building of the organization, building the ministry capacity. We have reformed the organization structure-wise. We have reformed the organization of the structure. We have put a new structure in order to address the legal issues, address the environmental issues, address the good governance issues, address the social issues, and also to be able, and also to try to strengthen the contract management capacity of the ministry. We also have developed regulatory framework. The mining law was recently revised and updated and has been enacted. We are in the process of finalizing 4 regulations to complete the regulatory framework for the mining industry. And also we have done a good amount of work in relation to building human capacity for the organization. But of course, these are not sufficient, and it's just the beginning of building capacity to be able to manage the extractive industry effectively. So we have been discussing recently with DAAD colleagues and GIZ on the new initiative that we are thinking in order to provide bachelor courses in the public administration and economic of mining and regulatory framework of mining. That's an excellent initiative that we really welcome and appreciate if that takes place, and we strongly support the whole process. We are also discussing with the American University of Afghanistan in having master's courses for the extractive industry management. We have agreed on a curriculum, but we are still lacking some funding to actually send our staff for those master's courses on a part-time basis. So these are basically the work that we have done, and all this initiative that takes place in relation to building capacity is really vital and critical, and we really appreciate the recent initiative that Academic Mining Education of Afghanistan has taken that forward. So thank you once again, and thank you DAAD for hosting this event. Thank you.
Minister, also thank you very much for your wonderful speech. And I think now it's time for the students to present what they have learned within the past 2 months. And we're actually all very curious to see, yeah, what has been going on. Yeah, we must.
In the name of God, the most merciful and the most compassionate, I really thank you, Sir Professor Babri from the Ministry of Higher Education, Mr. Sala from the Ministry of Mining and Building, from the German Embassy, from the AGX, from DAAD and GIZ for providing us this opportunity to have something on our trip to Germany. So I'm Ali Yacobi from Kabul Polytechnic University, representing the 14 students studied there in private university. In this presentation you will have information about a trip to Germany, arrival in the state there, classes and excursions, opinions of the scholars and hosts, and then we will have a summary and pictures. This presentation will take you around 15 minutes, and then we'll have if any questions, and I'm really here to do something. So we start with the trip to Germany. On the 28th of January of 2015, we had the flight from Kabul to Berlin. We have here the list of the students from Kabul Polytechnic University from different departments: extraction, oil and gas, environmental sciences, and the geology, and from Kabul University too. We had, the day before the flight, we had leave-taking day with the DAAD here in Kabul, here at the DAAD house here. Then this is the airport, Kabul airport, the day we're with the flight. And this is the Istanbul airport. There was a transfer to Berlin, Berlin, and then we had our trip to Berlin. Thank you with this great arrangement of TU Freiburg that has sent Mr. Hasibullah Aga at Berlin airport to grab us and to direct us to our dormitories and hostels back in Freiburg. Going to a new country and seeing a new society, it's kind of a little bit tricky. We had new culture there. We've seen new foods that we didn't see them before back in Kabul. Fortunately, we faced a lot of new kind people, very open people there in Germany. We had lots of fans. We had lots of beautiful friends there. We couldn't, forget our own tradition, eating together. Yeah, you can see here. Most of the time we were just in the libraries, in the labs, studying there, discussing about the points and issues. Then, when we go to classes, we had, fortunately, thanks to the TU Freiburg, we had full-time studies there during the week, starting from the morning up to 4 p.m. in the afternoon. We started with the camp, with the computer-aided mine planning, We had 3 sessions with Mr. Richard Isler. Then we had 7 sessions in English with Mrs. Lutze. 7 sessions of academic writing, academic English there. We had around 6 sessions theory of mining with Professor Farnham. And we had approximately 5 sessions hydrogeology with Ms. Hoyer. Then we had 3 sessions of international marketing with Kati Kasper Burur. We had classes on mineral deposits of Afghanistan. Around 2 sessions with honorable teacher there, Mr. Bernd Brattigal. Then we had 4 sessions enhanced oil recovery by Professor Muhammad Amro. We had 3 sessions of mineralogy classes there by Dr. Hoffing. We had 3 sessions of mining economics by Dr. Deitze. We had 2 sessions of surveying by Dr. Volker Trukov. We had 3 sessions of mining law and safety with Professor Reinhard Schmidt. We had 3 sessions of reflectance and fluorescence with Professor Wolfman. And we had 2 sessions of geological mapping with Mr. Frank Leibscher. And at the end, we had 2 sessions of earth material with Dr. Gitze. The most important point as our group, that was excursions. Excursions were the most important things we had seen there. Starting on the date, on the 2nd of February, we had a visit to Terra Mandalia Museum. There was a very vast collection of minerals. You could see their remote sensing picturing method there, the production of electricity there with the minerals, and lots of minerals there. In the 6th of February, we had a visit to Mining Museum of Oldnitz. It was a little bit hard to pronounce that, sorry. Then we had lignite coal and historical method of extraction of lignite coal there. We had a very good days, not a very good, but we had 3 good days back in Alte Elisabeth mine site, which is a mine site for the Theo Freiberg itself. We had done inclined, we had seen inclined shafts, water treatment, geology of the mine, the tectonics, and we had some excursions for mine surveying there. In the 13th of February, we had Marcos Similar Stone mine site visited by us. There was a museum with 500 years age. There we had 48 levels of extraction with the 2 kilometers, approximately 2 kilometers depth. A uranium and silver mine that was astonishing for me. In the 20th of February, we had the opportunity to visit Zilitz potash mine with the Caplas A company, it was an international company. We had seen transportation, ventilation, and we had, fortunately, with the huge machinery and mechanized system, 2 little accidents were there. In the 27th of February, we had the opportunity to visit Profen open cast mine, a very vast open cast mine there with 17 years age. They produced lignite coal with huge machinery. That was the machinery. I will show you pictures. I couldn't even imagine to see that machinery there, but I've seen it. In the 6th of March, we had the opportunity to visit the Dagad jungle there. We had visited the geology of the area, 9 stop points there, and we got the samples there. In the 12th of March, we had the chance to visit Altenburg Mine Museum with zimbaldite, rhyolite, REE minerals, and processing factory there. I will show you the pictures back. And the last excursion we had there was LMBV mining site with, though the mining procedure is only been finished, but they are doing the refining system there. There was a very good aspects of environmental aspects of mining there. We had seen how to refine a mine there. This is the Alta Elizabeth site, mine site. This was the third excursion we had there. This is the uranium mine site. We visited this is the Alta Elizabeth site with 1865. You know, this is the year, and you can imagine they have started mining site back in 1865. You can see here the students' research to the mine. Here there was a practical training of surveying, of mine surveying. This is the Tahad jungle there. We had the opportunity to visit the log trucks and invest to do the jungle. Then this is the same thing. And this is the Zimmeldijk mine site with 500 years age. We had seen there. This is another site. You know, these are the machinery, the artificial machinery, but they do work still. Students, they had the opportunity to work with them. These are the machinery used in the coal mine site. And we had beautiful and really astonishing classes of computer-aided mining, planning of mine. You can see here, this is the sample, and you can see the students. This is the open cast lignite mine with its huge machinery. We had the chance to visit them, and you can see little machineries. Those beside the huge machinery, we had little machinery there. You can see these are the machinery used there. This is the factory of producing power for this lignite mine, and you can see here the LMBV representative there, Mr. George. That was a very astonishing day for us. We had this LMBV refining site. These are machinery. This is the practical training of mine survey underground, which we couldn't have it before in KPU or KU. They are the practical training. And we have seen the practical usage of geology there. You can see. This is the Terra Mineralia museum with a very, very vast collection of minerals. You can see this is the reflecting scale of the stones regarding to sunlight or any other light. This is the way the remote sensing processing works. This is the Terra Mineralia. We had the opportunity to have Mr. Muntazir to guide us there. And this is the Tahat again. This is the lignite coal mine. Oh, sorry, the hard coal mine, a museum. And this is there. We had the opportunity to visit the very bad accidents there back in the mines. So we have to have very strict planning for this not to happen. You can see the machinery there. The huge machinery is there in the open cast. And there we had Ms. Azizi, an Afghan colleague there, who guide us to the LMDV site. And this is the Zimmeldijk mine site. Hopefully back there we had really good opportunities to work on presentations, on homework, on home tasks. So we had presentations in the classes. These are the classes with Professor Ambro, Enhanced Oil Recovery. This is the class of Geotechnic. This is the uranium mine site. This is the class of mine safety, mine law. The class of ore deposit geology. The class, this is another class, this is now. Yeah. This is the class of geotechnique, and hopefully We had a very good day with other colleagues there, with Mrs. Felister and Mrs. Sisi, and hopefully Mr. Aga, to have a leave taking back in Freiburg and to come back to Kabul. This is the last pictures, and hopefully Kabul, hello Kabul. With the opinions of the scholars and hosts, teachers were really open. We really liked them. Yeah, we had held extra sessions. We had meetings and appointments. We had really good actings from our hosts back in the museums in the excursion days. Like Mr. George from the LMBB says that it was his pleasure to have Afghan students for the first time there, and they wish to have another them too. And hopefully we have Ulama Abbas Askari from KU. Yeah, they say that we have learned ability, skill, knowledge, and experiences with the environmental science. And we had Said Musavi. You can see him there. He thanks Ministry of Higher Education, Ministry of Mining, Petroleum, all the DAAD and GIZ, the TU Freiburg responsible guys. And coming to the summary, we had a very nice start. Of course, it is a very nice start for us. We really look forward to have our masters and even our doctorate degrees in the other good universities in the world, not even in Germany, but to enhance that through the work. We had learned many new points there, exchanged our knowledge, as you can see, as you have already seen them. We had got sufficient practical training there. I think they're really worth it. We will look forward to enhance our knowledge and serve with proud to Afghanistan. And thank you, all the people who are being contributed here. And at the end, we say that we can do it. We can build our house, we can build our country, and we can do it the most best way. Blue cow. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Yakubi, thank you very, very much for this very enlightening presentation.
May I have a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
The question that I posed at the beginning. So would you please tell your impression, how do you compare your current status here in academy in terms of curricula, in terms of objective of this teaching programs and content with the German status there?
Myself or all of my groups?
Sorry?
Just my impression or all my groups' impression?
Well, you're representing them.
Hopefully, as what I have seen there back in TU Freiburg and all in Germany state, I know that in theory we have something to say. We just back here we say we were just thinking that we do not know something, because the war and the unupdated curriculum we have. But back in the Freiburg, we had seen lots of things that we knew them. We lacked the practical training. We lack the opportunity to visit mines, but in theory, we are the best. We can do it. Yeah.
And what do you suggest if you would have another such program to continue? How to improve? Is there any idea to?
For masters or?
No, for this program, for the second batch
yeah.
of these students.
I would suggest, I myself suggest that we could have more specific lessons for each of the guys, for each of the students. Because we have, though this is an exchange program, the students, they have to exchange their knowledge. But if we have them now for this moment, for this time duration, if we have it more specific for to the majority of the faculties of the student, that would be better. Yeah, I would suggest that. Overall, it was very fantastic, very good. I learned many new things and my colleagues at the same time. Any other things? Thank you very much. Okay.
Actually, you have learned a lot and gained.
So in that sense, I would like to, now that we talked about what the Afghan Geological Survey might need, or the Afghan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I would ask Mr. Rizaieh to say some words to the audience. Thank you very much.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وقتی من یک چند کلمه فارسی میگم.
Maybe I can translate it.
Well, if you offer it so kindly, then thank you very much.
به اجازه وزارت معادن پترولیوم نماینده سفارت جرمنی رئیس پانتون پلیتکنیک کابل رئیس پانتون کابل استادای محترم مهمانان داخلی و خارجی محصلین عزیز خواهران و برادران السلام علیکم و رحمت الله و برکاته.
The provision of the guests. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
ما بسیار خوشحال هستیم که کشور جرمنی در زمینه بلند رفتن ظرفیت با پانتون کابل و دیگر بخش‌های تکنیکی در سطح افغانستان همکاری خود را ادامه می‌دهد. طوری که سروی جیولوژی افغانستان همین همکاری‌هایش از سال‌های قبل که سال تأسیس سروی جیولوژی افغانستان 1334 بودند، از آن زمان که گروه‌های مختلف جهت سروی، تفحص، اکتشاف با کمک کشور جرمنی و همچنین کشورهای دیگر شامل ایتالیا، امریکا و دیگران نقشه‌برداری خود را در سطح افغانستان شروع کردند و اینها توانستند که از اون وقت تا سال 1979 توانستند که نقشه‌برداری یک نسبت 500,000 تکمیل کنند و 1423 نقطه میلادی را تصدیق.
He really thanks all the people from DAAD and GH and from the German federal government for the all cooperation they had, for the all historic researches they had back in the 1979, doing their surveys with the 500,000 scale of all the country. He thanks about it.
و همین کارهایی که فرق میکنم در سروی جیولوژی افغانستان یا وزارت معادن پترولیوم بودن این با کمک کی بوده با کمک اینمی جیولوژیستای جوان که می جیولوژیستای جوان از پلیتکنیک کابل، پانتون کابل و فعلا از پانتون‌های دیگری که سعی میکنم در ولایت تأسیس شده و محصلین از آنها فارغ میشن. میتونن کردن که مثلا کابل تکامل اکتشاف و نقشه‌بندی افغانستان پیش ببرن و کارهای خود را ادامه بدن.
He says that this all the surveying, all the exploration and exploitation processes done all over the country are with the serve of young Afghan students, young Afghan engineers, and we look forward to have the same thing with the Kabul Polytechnic University, Kabul University, and other universities that are doing the geoscience major newly.
و ما فعلا زمینه بسیار کار وسیع جهت سروی اکتشاف و تفحص منابع ملی در سطح افغانستان داریم و ما تا فعلا از صرف توانستیم که ما نقشه 1:5,000 در سطح افغانستان تکمیل کنیم. ما کارهایی را برای نقشه 1,250,000 برای 1,100,000 1,50,000 1,25,000 و همین قسم میقیاس‌های بزرگ دیگر داریم. بنابراین برای پیشبرد همین کارها تا همین کارها را ما در سطح افغانستان تکمیل کنیم، پس در این قسم جوانان نیرومند و جوانهایی که بتوانند که همین کارهای تفحص و اکتشاف و یا همین تحقیقات در سطح افغانستان پیش ببرند، ما به این قسم جوانان ضرورت داریم تا ما بتوانیم که همین جوانان را جذب کنیم، چه در بخش مثلا کارهای تحقیقاتی، چه در بخش استخراج و چه در بخش تکنولوژی و یا چه در هر بخش تکنیکی که ما جهت به حساب کشف و همچنان تولید منابع ملی یا صنایع استخراجی یا صنایع ملی ضرورت داریم. ما اینها اشد ضرورت داریم و تا اینها بتواند که همون نیفته‌هایی که در قلب طبیعت موجود است اینها را به حساب جهت رشد و انکشاف دولت خود یا کشور خود و دسترس مردم همون کارهای تحقیقی و چیزها قرار بدهیم.
We have the plans to survey all over the country with large scale maps of 250,000 to 100,000 to 50,000 and to have the same large scale maps we have to have this initiative Afghan young engineers and to serve their country to find out what we have in our underground here.
و فعلا ما ریاست سروی جیولوژی افغانستان یا وزارت که یکی از بخش‌های عمده وزارت معادن پترولیم باشد، ما قبلا یک تذکر دادم که 1433 نقطه منولی را تثبیت کردن که این 1433 نقطه منولی یک تعدادش به شکل علائم معدنی و یک تعدادش به شکل ظواهر معدنی و یک تعدادش به شکل معادن بوده که آنهایی که به شکل به حساب معادن ذخیره‌شان کشف شدن فعلا به شکل به قرارداد داده شده تا که به حساب همین معادن استخراج شد. اینا جهت استخراج همین معادن پس به نیروی فیزیکی ضرورت است. پس نیروی فیزیکی کیست؟ نیروی جوانان هستند که در آینده ها از پانتون‌های مختلف فارغ میشن و به حساب جامعه تبدیل میشن و کارهای بحث مستقل انجام بدن.
To have the same exploitation processes, to have the same extraction processes, we need these young Afghan engineers, for researchers, for extraction, for and many other positive points. We need these Afghan graduates from just from Kabul University, not just from Kabul Polytechnic University, but from all the universities around the country.
پس توقع ما همیشه که همین قسم پروگرام‌های تنظیم شود، چه وسط لسان باشه، چه وسط ماستری باشه و چه وسط بالاتر باشه تا که ظرفیت‌ها در این قسمت بالا بره و همکار خوب در آینده همین جوانان و همچنان نیروهای فیزیکی ما برای وزارت معادن پترولیم و همچنان دیگر بخش‌هایی که در سطح افغانستان است اینا باشه.
And to do all these programs, all these processes, we need, we expect our Afghan young graduates to help us with the Ministry of Mine and Petroleum, with the AGC and all other involved organizations. We expect all graduates to do their best in the country. Thank you very much for your nice attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rizai, for your words. And I think now I would like to pass on the word to Mr. Qureshi from the Afghan Chamber of Commerce and Industry. I hope he can give some input and like what the Afghan industry actually needs, because I think that's also where the future is. Thank you.
With the permission of His Excellency Professor Babri, the Minister of Ministry of Higher Education, Honorable Mr. Sadat from the Ministry of Mines and Petroleum, Mr. Razai from AGS, and colleagues from German Embassy, and chancellors of the Kabul University and Kabul Technical University, and the honorable professors and the students. Priorly, I want to mention that Mr. Nasrat couldn't come to the event, and he just sent his regards to you all and apologized since he got an urgent meeting. Seeing the presentation and what the seniors thought about the mining sector and the need for the workforce, I just want to mention one point from the perspective of private sector. Recently, in 2014, we had a workshop with the contribution of donors community, especially the GIZ as well. We have 11 priorities that was also presented in the London conference. Besides these 11 priorities, we had 34 other priorities as well. Especially in the mining sector, one of the major challenge that was mentioned by the mining committee was the human resource or the human capital in mining sector, which is really a need which is a really challenge in the current situation. As we have discussed the issue with the sector professionals and technical experts, the problem is usually the curriculum and the standards which are delivered in universities, and in order to omit this gap, the usual suggestion was to conduct some managerial courses or some market-oriented courses on managing the mining sector. This was the only solution what the technical and professional experts recommended. But seeing this opportunity that is created by DAAD, I think the gap is somehow getting addressed, or the issue is somehow getting addressed. On the other hand, what ACCI recently has aimed in order to make this gap, in order to address these challenges, we are creating some sort of internships in order to capacitate not only the labor but the companies in Afghanistan, which the main problem was human capital. Seeing you students, if we could create this internship, you can have or you can share your experience with the company, so we are gonna address this challenge. And also, there are some achievements that ACCI recently has achieved. There are some projects we are helping in the mining sector, and that is initiated by ACCI and the donor community. And also, what we are working is on the technical and vocational education institutes with the Ministry of Education. So in order to issue the gaps in TVET as well, we might need you. And this is not just an opportunity for the TVETs or for the institutions, but also an opportunity for the employment of skilled laborers. And the last thing I want to mention is, from the perspective of private sector, we need entrepreneurs in order to advance the employability in Afghanistan and to create opportunities for the youth generation. And seeing this opportunity, this scholarship which is created by DAAD, I think it paves the way toward creating entrepreneurs in the sector. It really, it can really contribute to generate entrepreneurs. And thank you for giving me time to speak here. And private sector, on behalf of private sector, is always there to contribute to your program and give support. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Qureshi, thank you very much. That was actually a very good input, also for you, for your future perspectives and everything. And I think we will definitely also stay in touch and see what kind of opportunities the private sector can offer, also what is needed from your side, so that we can follow up with our project on the right track. And,
I think it was very good commitment. Thank you very much. Entrepreneurship, it should be one of the important goals for the revision of the curriculum. Yeah, you are right, completely.
Yeah.
We strategically believe in targeted, but now we have to do something. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think now it's also time, to come to the most important part why you are here, to receive your certificates. And I would like to ask His Excellency Professor Bahuri and Deputy Minister Sadat, as well as Mr. Hannemann from the German Embassy, and also the two colleagues from the TU Freiberg that are here, to start with a handover ceremony to the students.
I would like to apologize. I really missed to thank the University of Freiburg. I missed it. Thank you very much. And
thank you.
And please accept our sincere greeting in this regard. We appreciate this valuable support. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Now, it is with great pleasure and honour that the Honourable Minister, the Honourable Deputy Minister, and myself will now award the certificates for the winter school. So what we'll do is we'll just call upon the participants, would ask them to step forward to receive their certificate. And please forgive me if I don't pronounce the names correctly. I'm still studying this wonderful language, but it's a long way for me to go. So the first certificate will go to Mr. Samim. Thank you. This is for you. Mr. Jacobi.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Mr. Damoun. Thank you. Mr. Kaiser. Congratulations. This is your certificate. Mr. Mayar. Thank you. Mr. Afsali. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Rizai. Mr. Kazem Zala. Congratulations. This is your certificate. Mr. Nigahi. Mr. Niazi. Congratulations. This is your certificate. Mr. Askari. Congratulations. This is yours. Mr. Shakari. Congratulations. And I hope you will heal soon.
Congratulations.
Mr. Rafi. And last but not least, Mr. Musavi. Congratulations. So all I can say now is Glück auf. As your colleagues already said.
Yeah. And thank you very much for doing the handover ceremony. I think now it would be nice if we could gather all together for a group picture. Before we go ahead for dinner.
Yes.
I come from a family of teachers, so here's some topics.
You more
Çalışıyor ya da fark etmiyor.
Çakıyorum bir şey acaba? Çakıyorum. Ya şunu. Azman da kim? Aa. Sapı. Kamera bir şey. Kamera.
Can my colleague Jenna show again?
Yes, of course.
Come in, please, come in.
Firuzxana.
Cheers.
Thank you.